Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Warhammer 40K Boltgun, where we're approaching the end of Chapter 2. There's not that much story to Chapter 1 or 2, but right now we're approaching a shard in a vault that the Sorcerer is using to do warp chaos business. Mechanicus did various things inside these laboratories, whoever the Mechanicus are. A secret heresy lurks, a secret archive deep within the vault. This is where the fragment resides. You must reach it before the heretics and their demonic allies. I hope we are not too late. If this goes the same way, you can call it a cliche or not, but I feel as though we're going to be too late. Or we're going to be just on time, we'll fight the Sorcerer again, and then the Sorcerer will escape with the fragment. I've been watching Stranger Things, the final season recently, and this is not just like a trope for Stranger Things, so let's try to keep spoilers for that on a low. But think about story elements where, villains are trying to do something. And the something they have to do is reliant on them having certain pieces of puzzle. Like, if the story is going to have higher stakes, then that villain is going to get ever so close to accomplishing what they do. And one of the more popular tropes that I would say people do these days is they'll have their villain actually succeed in their goal, and they're about to start doing what they say they're going to do. Let's go back to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where I forget the name of the Ego. Wants to make everything Ego. And he succeeds, and he starts to spread Ego everywhere. But he has stopped after he has started his success. Let's see if we can go farther back than that. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy tries to stop the Nazis from acquiring the Ark. The Nazis acquire the Ark, and they open the Ark. Thankfully for Indy, and for his intuition to keep his eyes closed, and for the results of the Ark, it killed off all the Nazis. Otherwise, there would be trouble. But that's just another example of how do you keep the stakes up for something? If we never reach a point in which the villain can actually accomplish their goal, then are there stakes? If Sean Bean as 006, as Alec Trevelyan in GoldenEye, doesn't start the satellite, that's the weaponized GoldenEye satellite to blow up London. Are there stakes involved in the final battle, or is it just you're hoping you're going to stop Alec Trevelyan before he does anything? But he's actually already doing it, which is why you have the whole trope of the Watchmen, where it's the villain of the story is I wouldn't be telling you my plan if there was any way for you to stop it. I've already set it in motion. It's done. You can't stop it now. And Watchmen, they can't. They show up too late. But the trope that's more continuous in a lot of fiction is to have that suspense where it seems as though the villain is going to win because they did succeed, and then they get stopped at the very last minute and pulled back. Good succeeds, saves the day, and pulls back the realm of chaos just in time before the damage gets too great. The city is lifted up in the air in Age of Ultron, dropped onto the ground, people are saved, but there's still consequences. And that's where you get that gray area, where it's okay, the heroes save the day, but there are still consequences from the villain winning. But I think I've gone a little bit far in regards to that. Like, I feel as though we're not going to save the fragment, because if the sorcerer needs the fragment to accomplish what they want to do, we will not stop him today. And chapter 3 is going to be going to wherever the sorcerer is going to be setting their plans in motion and stopping it just as the plans are being set in motion. Aspiring champions must make an offering to resurrect, avoid their damage, to deny their ascension. Hold on. Is that how they resurrect? It's not because I destroy the body, but because they hit me? And, like, they took my character's blood, and then they're offering the blood to resurrect? So the aspiring champions who never hit me never resurrect. I feel like some of these hints would have been useful, like, a long time ago. Where were you? Were you running off fighting bad guys without me? Fighting the good fight. Fragment location identified. Fragment accessible. Storage container unsealed. To avoid catastrophe, proceed quickly. But we first need a purple key. Hello. Let's get rid of you. Actually, let's throw a grenade. Oh, yep. I was gonna say, let's throw a grenade. But he's gotten a little too close for grenade comfort. Alright, oh, hello. Do we have a full vengeance launcher? Huh. I just realized something. I'm not seeing the full screen on my TV. I wonder if there's a way for me to fix that. Also, that was, like, field of view is not what I was thinking of. But on my television, I cannot actually see... the ammo counter in my clip, and I wonder if that's how it always has been. Oh well, we'll figure it out later. For now, let us proceed as usual. I'm sure everything is going to be fine. We managed to get this far. We will be able to carry on regardless. Oh, are you up there? Yes, you are. Gotta watch them corners. Soap. Gotta watch those corners. Ah, aspiring champion. Okay, so he hit me once. Okay, but then I exploded him. So we're gonna have to test it with aspiring champions who haven't hit me. And I also haven't exploded. I mean, if we want. If we really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the possibilities of how aspiring champions work in this game. Nurgle, why are you looking at that wall? Are you being punished for some reason? Have you been a naughty nurgling? Our? Like you're referring to yourself as the royal we? Security defenses active. Infiltration pattern advised. Very rude, sir. I was busy examining the security defensive that have been active. I wonder if those things do damage. Oh, hello. Anybody in here? Hello, plasma gun. I wonder if you could, like, chainsaw charge through the security defenses. Like, do the security defenses activate something? Or do they just damage you? And if they just damage you, could you charge through them and be impervious to the damage? Because I'm pretty sure you could charge through most things. What will be done? The Emperor will be done? I keep forgetting what that icon does. Nope. It's a Spice Marine. The Chaos Edition. Also, thank you for the yellow paint. Not even Darktide is immune from it. If it's a upgrade... Ah, it's the melee upgrade, or the melee bonus damage. Okay, it doesn't hit those nurglings. Okay, I did not realize that the ceiling was moving down. Thank you. Is the ceiling moving down? Yes, it is. That would have been good to know somewhat sooner. Is somebody behind me? No. I feel like there was no indication of that. It was just... Oh, suddenly they're like, because especially since you're fighting nurglings, you're aiming down. Waste compression ritual complete. Praise the Omnissiah. Yeah, I guess so. But like, how are you supposed to know the first time you go through that the ceiling is going to crush you. Yeah, and I have a purple key. Fantastic. I was barely even aware that I have a purple key. Probably just picked it up when I got to the door. And I was just so focused on not being crushed. Ah, my Volkite Caliber. I still have to look at it just to remember what the name of it is. The Volkite Caliber. Okay, that is cool. Performing prayer ritual. Listening to Omnissiah. Advise leap of faith. Really? Yeah, I guess I can probably jump over there. Now, as for where I go from here, I do appreciate the reloading of my contempt for my enemies. You could almost say I am your ultimate doom. Oh my, everybody's throwing grenades. Ah, Chaos Terminator. I think I'm gonna need to do a little bit better than a shotgun against this guy. For most of the way. What is this? Is this a jetpack? Do you get a jetpack in this game? No, you just get a bounce pad. I mean... yeah. Very rude. Alas, this only gives health. I do not need health. I only need contempt for my enemies. Also, that is a lot of books. Is Ultramar like the capital planet? Also, I should probably throw some grenades because they seem to always drop grenades. Against the Chaos Space Marine. Hold on. Yeah, he just dies. Body not exploded. Alright, so there's maybe two mechanics going on at the same time. There is body explosion, which prevents the aspiring champion from becoming the chosen hero. And then there is the not getting hit by the aspiring champion as well. The Spice Marine. Yeah. I'm out of grenades. No. Ah, I'm getting stuck between the Space Marines. Damn it. That did not go well. That's what I get for using grenades when I needed them so badly. They were not available to me because I used them. Alright, I get to choose my destination. I can hop to the left and have no idea where I'm hopping to. Or I can hop to the right. These destinations are meaningless. Kill, kill, kill! Ah. Oh, hello. Well, yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. We got some more contempt. Very nice. Okay, I think there's an aspiring... champion that-a-way. Yep. Ah. Did I run out of heavy? I can't actually see my heavy ammo. My heavy ammo allotment. Like, I can see the 9 by my I probably should just fix that now. Yeah. Especially if it's becoming detrimental to the experience. Alright, I'll hold on 1 second. Okay, so now I've fixed the TV screen, but now it seems the OBS is giving like a black border around. Alright, 1 second while I fix the OBS in the edit. And there, like magic. I mean, I hope I remember to do it, otherwise I'm pointing to a magic trick that was never completed. Either way, I can now see how much ammo is in my gun, which is good. And it's 0. Ah. There we go. Ugh. I am low on health. What can we use until we have maybe the vengeance? Heavy bolter ammo. At least we got that. Like, we don't really have much that's particularly strong. More heavy bolter ammo. Okay, that's good. Okay. Things are getting close. A lot closer than I'd like. Alright, aspiring champion. I'm trying not to suffer the heretics to live, but there are many heretics, and they have bullets. My only weakness. bullets from a gun. Oh, and I guess also toads' tongues. That's also my weakness. And acid from toads. I guess we generally don't like toads. Or plague toads, should I say. Alright, there's one. That was a little bit too risky, and it unfortunately showed. Alright, we got like 5 health out of that, and we lost 20. Part of me says I should probably save my game. But also, I would like to not be in this situation again. Faith status. Pious. I definitely feel as though I've got to have faith. As the song says. And yet, it is tough to be so determined with so little. Let's save our game just in case. Now we've got at least something to fall back on. Alright, now we're really going to be raking in the numbers of health and contempt. You know, you could have just given me, like... like one item. You didn't have to, like, split it between 100 different items. Ah, there we go. Relaying Traitor Psyker Vox. Oh, there's the Sorcerer. Will scream, "Take our souls as your playthings, Tamius Samila. They will shriek better an eternity under..." Oh my gosh. Fight me now, benighted coward. You would not wish to see what follows. Like, this... Were you really expecting me to read all that, sir? Nope, wrong weapon. Chaos Terminator, alright. Alright, so my goal here is to try to clear out as many of the heretics as I can. Because, in theory, there is a limitation as to how many spawns there are. That is my running theory, is that this game doesn't actually have infinite spawns. This game has a finite amount of spawns, but that finite amount is a lot. Oh, hello. Oh my. What do I have that's really good against groups? Was somebody standing directly in front of me? Okay, let's, no, we won't pick that up just yet. No? Sir, you're supposed to... Ah, nope. That was bad. That's okay, that's my bad. But it's fine. We'll be fine. How are you? Alright, Sorcerer, I think it's just you and me. Mano a mano. Maybe I could use some spawns to help me out. Do you have a shield? Ah, there's some spawns, unfortunately. That's fine. Maybe you should have learned from somebody else besides Calgar. Or maybe there are infinite spawns. Maybe I'm wrong. But then if there are infinite spawns, it would be nice if there was, like, infinite hell. Instead of, like, I barely came in here with anything. Okay, and I'm almost out of that. Just maybe Vengeance Striker will help me out in my time of need. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say there's still another Chaos Space Marine somewhere. Defeated by a Chaos Space Marine. Did I pick that up? That, Contempt, like the previous run? I have no memory of it. Alright, this might take a couple tries, unfortunately. You weren't even in the previous run. Okay, so that is the... I don't remember seeing a pink horror the previous time. Ah, son of a... Okay, who is shooting at me? Okay, let's pick up... Can I? Okay, that just does to 200. That's fine. I'm not entirely worried if this turns out to be unsuccessful. because this looks like it is going to be difficult. Like, there's very little supplies, and it does actually feel as though spawns are infinite, which is unfortunate, given the amount of supplies. All right, that was a pretty good trade. That was not. Ah. Ah, damn it. Yeah. Okay, still have the heavy. Yeah, I don't see myself succeeding with this run. But it got real close, like, alright, let's try that again. And then let's also try to hit him with the grenades this time. Maybe I just have to not care about all these ads? Maybe that's the secret of this fight? Okay, or until he has a shield. Now I have to care... temporary... Oh, there's a chosen ad. Ah. Ah. The Nurgling jumped right in front of me. Ah, that did not help. Yeah, and unfortunately I don't think there's any health items left on the map. Let's see, I can try the melt gun. Nope. Okay, I think I got him. Third time? Was that the third time? Third time's the charm.
That thrown down sorcerer that bought the crown will watch with wolves, spawn, and heretics. He's using the fragment energies to avert the wolf drive, expanding the rift. Find a way aboard and put a bolt round through that traitor's skull. I have demons to purge.
All right, as expected, the Sorcerer has succeeded, despite our best intentions. And now to the smelting decks. You've made it aboard the Crown's main station. A pity you could not see it in better condition. Fight your way up through the smelting chambers and purify them of that demonic presence. Door located. Wow. Once again, thank you for all of your advice during these trying times. Demonic incursion in progress. Ground security compromised. Proceed to observation deck and destroy Traitor Psyker. Seems pretty straightforward, as the game has largely been. Warning, I'm sure if that warning was really important, it would have been there for more than like 2 seconds. A shotgun! Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure if that previous fight did have infinite summons, or if it was just a lot of summons. But considering how little supplies I had by that point, like, I don't think I would have necessarily... Like, it would have probably taken a few more attempts if I was focused on clearing out the ads first. Like, that's like the Lord of Change fight seems to have limited ads, whereas that one did not seem like it have limited amounts. Or once again, maybe the amount was just so great that I did not see the end of it. Yeah, more condemned. Route conjugated above. Conjugating tactical options. Conjugating. Climb. Yeah. And now we're getting weapon options faster. And that's like the thing with yellow paint. It's not that yellow paint is bad. It's just like you have to somehow dictate to the player where gameplay exists. And if gameplay only exists in certain places but not in others, like then you have a situation like in Demon's Souls. There are very specific ledges that you could hop over. How do you know which ledges? The game? Well, so I believe the first ledge you can climb over, the game actually tells you. But the next one that actually leads to one of the game's side characters, of whom I don't remember the name of, but you end up having to save his life like a whole bunch of times, is not dictated. And, like, there's one thing about commence purge. There's one thing about missing secrets. But then there's also missing functionality. Though Demon's Souls is famous for having... Oh my gosh. Okay, where is all this? I'm like, who is not shooting at me with giant guns? And I'm doing a great job dodging one bad guy's attack and then walking right into the other. Okay. Let's... Let's get out of here. Ooh, hello. But yeah, Demon Souls is famous for having various mechanics that aren't directly explained to you. Like, World Tendency is the one that's most notable. Jeez. They're pulling out all the stops for this one. These heretics. Alright. It's like they don't even care that I'm talking about Demon Souls for some reason. Alright, are you important? Yes. Heretical presence reduced. We have survived to see another day. So yeah, World Tendency is not explained to you, amongst other things. That, you know, I'm fine with that. But, like, how do you designate that a player is to climb something when you want a player to climb something? Recording rate of promethium fall and analyzing promethium weight. Impurity detected. Like, you could argue that, like, Demon Souls is, like, it doesn't necessarily want you to jump over every ledge. Like, it doesn't necessarily want you to find the secrets. It just puts them there and is like, well, if you figure it out. But if it, like, a game wants you to proceed with the level and is like, well, you're gonna have to figure out how you're supposed to climb and where. We never taught you what a climbable surface looks like. And it makes for very simple language. Simple, straightforward language, which you don't necessarily have to do much to explain to a player how something works. In a similar fashion to, like, if you remember the phrase, like, when people were reviewing Batman games, and they were like, that makes you feel like Batman. Like, that's very simple, straightforward language meant to convey complex ideas into a statement that can, like, fit as a bullet point, can fit as a, like, a description on, like, on a tweet. When actuality, what it feels like Batman means is a lot of things that might actually be hyper-specific to the person who is writing the review. A climbable ledge, like, you walk into an area and you're like, what is a climbable ledge? You're going to base it on maybe what you've interacted with before. Oh, hello. Ah. Very rude. Oh. No, I don't even have enough lack of contempt to pick up those contempt items. A key. You got the key. Entrance located. Position above. Above what? The entrance? Oh, the entrance is above. Maybe you should use full sentences. He was still attacking while I had tried to duck and cover. That's okay. Let's actually run back real quick and pick up that contempt. That way it does not feel like a waste of contempt. But see what I mean in regards to climbable surfaces? This side you cannot climb. This side you can because it has the yellow paint there. It is an interactable item. Very rude of you. For putting a door on the right side, but putting things that I would notice on the left. The perfect ambush for someone with no peripheral vision. Okay, this kind of reminds me of Twisted Pixels games. If you're not familiar with the brand, unfortunately, Twisted Pixel was just recently closed by their owning company, Meta. They had been making some VR games, and the last game that they made was the Deadpool VR game that just came out. Anyway, a lot of aboard the Grey and Crowned Inquisitor Cybel's briefing. Yeah, that's a lot of contempt. But they made games like the Maw. The ones that I'm most familiar with are like the Maw, Splosion Man, Locos. Oh, that one didn't have yellow paint, but it was good enough. Loco Cycle, Missplosion Man, Comic Jumper, Gunstringer. But a lot of those games kind of functioned in a very similar way, in which like the first two acts of the game, the first 2/3 of the game, would introduce mechanics. Yeah. This is a deadly place to purge. Whereas the last third of the game wouldn't introduce any new mechanics or enemies. The last third of the game would just kind of like remix everything that you've learned to that point. There goes all of that contempt, I guess. And I feel like this is what's going on right now, is we're getting a very heavy remix of everything that came before. I was hoping to get some health. Alright, let's try that again. I fear that this is going to be a theme for the remaining, from here to the end of the game, is just dealing with an onslaught of bad guys. Ooh, there's health and contempt up there, good to know. I was going down, away from the health and contempt. Rather than towards the health and contempt. Although now that I am on the top of the level, that is important because that means I have the high ground. I didn't even see you standing there. I can see their health bar, but often, like, I can't even see the enemy against all of the various colors on the screen. All right. We have purged the site. Let's make sure everybody's dead before we worry about picking up items. Oh. You know, actually, we can just leave. We don't even need maximum. I mean, we can grab it, but we're gonna lose it anyway because that's the end of the level. Identification deceased. You figured that out. Good job. I'm so impressed. Now entering Promethium Supply. The heretics have taken control of one of the Crown's Promethium pipelines. The holy fuel must flow unimpeded. Reclaim it for the Emperor and continue your ascent. Every weapon is affected differently by the machine spirit. Is that what that item is? That upgrade? I feel like I'm nearing the end of the game, but I still don't even know what the actual individual upgrades are. And like, part of it could easily be me Crown Promethium. Oh my gosh. Sir. You know, this would benefit from some voice acting. Or like messages that show up at very specific intervals, and those intervals are not related to always happen outside of purges. Analyzing Promethium flow rate, conjugating stage, improvement, praise holy Promethium. Excellent. So unfortunately, I had already been hit by the plasma guy's plasma gun explosion thing. That's the technical name for it in the lore, I imagine. Okay, let's back up a little bit. And remember to go down there. All right. There we go. We need to go up here. Ah, that's the machine spirit. How does it affect the Volkite caliber? Machine spirit. Praise. Has it always said machine spirit? Alright. Or have I just never read it properly? Ooh. It's almost like it's also stunning them as well. Very nice. Positively stunning. Ooh. Nope. And I feel like it definitely does a little bit more damage as well. Although I do find myself concerned that eventually I will have to fight that sorcerer again. Like, the first time wasn't so bad. The first time was fairly easy. The second time, that was more difficult. Grav cannon. Ooh. It's like a stronger Volkite. Not as, yeah, stronger Volkite. Okay. Okay, let's see if it's that big toad fella. Anybody else want some? Everybody else wants some. Who am I kidding? Okay, is there health? Thank you. I was gonna say, is there health anywhere in this stage? Alright. Purge protocol complete. Fantastic. Okay, were there multiple elevators for me to take? Alright. Let's try this elevator. Fantastic. Soul route forward located through container. Observational technical pattern. Jump. Wow, thanks. You were a real help. Anybody else down here who needs to be exploded? I do appreciate that people explode faster. As well as Nurglings explode faster. Everybody explodes faster. Who gets to explode? Everybody gets to explode. You get to explode. And you get to explode. We're equal opportunity exploders, available to all heretics at no extra charge. Shrine to machine spirits of Promethean drain apparatus, venerating spirits, observing the holy drain. All right. Who's shooting at me? Why is there a platform up here if it doesn't go anywhere? Alright, let's fight the inevitable gauntlet. Less of a gauntlet than I was expecting. Okay, now here's the gauntlet. Let's actually run back real quick. And pick up this contempt. Okay, who's... I'm actually supposed to go here. Okay, I think with the machine spirit involved, like the caliber, the explosions that it causes actually do either damage or significantly more damage. Whereas without the machine spirit, it doesn't quite hit as hard. I feel like I'm playing this one really safe, largely because he's by himself. There's not exactly too much he can do to stop me from cheesing him out. And it doesn't matter how much risk I put myself in, I'll get the same reward. Yeah. They're all very fast and very good aim with their slime. Like, I feel like I dodge either very little or not at all. My dodge success rate is not as high as I would like it to be. There we go. That's a well-thrown grenade. Oh, hello. Bloat drone? I think that's like the first, like one of the few times it's actually hit me. Like, bloat drone is very dedicated to hitting in a straight line. And this bloat drone at, like, its range, just like King Kong, it ain't got nothing on me. Oh, hello, another bloat drone. Still might be too far away. Now it might be closer. Ah, hello. Excellent. That didn't go too badly. Oh. I vaguely remember being here. In theory, I was, because of all of the dead bodies around the place. They had to be dead for a reason. They did not. These heretics aren't taking their own lives. All right. Okay, I was expecting a big encounter from directly behind the giant door, but I feel as though maybe the elevator will lead to a big encounter. So let us save our game. This looks like a big encounter room. The kind of room where you would put a big encounter. Current location, Promethium Overflow Chamber. Oh, no. Oh. See, this time I noticed. Because I can see the floor clearer than I can see the ceiling. There, that's good enough. Do these villains, these heretics, not even care for their own lives? The lava is rising. I mean, I guess slower than I think I'm making it out to be, but hey. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean there's no danger involved. Let's see, where is the next ramp up? And escape! Overflow's chamber status full. Praise the Omnissiah. Like, if I wait long enough, is the liquid hot magma going to just destroy everything? Like, are there actually enemies left? Like, there's this guy right over here, the plague toad. Well, let's see if it gets the plague toad. Ah, it started getting attacked and realized it needed to fight in order to live. It's a pretty slow process. I would have expected that to be a lot faster. Now, how high does it go? Will we have to run for our lives to the next level? Okay. It is maxed out. Is the plague toad still alive in there? Alright. I'm gonna stop here for the night. What's gonna happen next time? Let's see, we finished chapter 2, which was... there are 24 levels in the game, plus 5 levels for the expansion. We finished chapter 2, which ended with level 16, then we did 17, 18. So we've still got 6 more levels to go for the main campaign. So we'll carry on through the ship for the next 3 next time. In the meantime, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.